We do occupy here right in front of the building. Wouldn't you say that we're out here, we're occupying, we're serving dinner to people on the street, people that come up that are hungry. This is going out to like an audience and everything. So, oh no, I'm on the live stream now. I had a little bit to eat. All right, books. Let me adjust the camera and get everything worked out a little bit.
Yeah, it wouldn't look too good on camera.
Yeah, well, somebody dropped their aluminum container. So we have a nice crowd here right now. We got about 20, 25 people. We're showing up for General Assembly, which will be starting shortly. Me, Freeman Sullivan, I'm kind of like your official live streamer down here. Been asked to come down and cover this event, which is surrounding the closure and sale of this particular building that we're sitting here at. Right there's Mike. He's one of the organizers here of this event. And we're here to prevent the sale of this post office. That's the reason why we're down here. If you'd like to talk with me, please log on to the social stream. You can use your Facebook, Twitter, or Ustream account to log on and let me know how the audio visual is. Really appreciate that. Also, that we're asking that other Occupy groups around the United States would check and see if the sale of their post office, if the Maine post office is up for sale, because if it is, this might be a good time for Occupy to reappear to protect the post offices around the country, because Darrell Issa has a bill in the House of Representatives now that would severely curtail post office services, where we wouldn't be able to get mail at our homes, which would really hurt rural people in the United States the most. Anyway, if you're watching, please retweet. It usually takes a few minutes to get an audience going here, so I'm just going to keep tweeting and not really say too much. Just to give you a little picture of what's going on. It's been a nice day. It's been kind of foggy all day today, folks, but a lot of people come by. I'd say in the city of Berkeley, we have the support of about 95% of the population in this endeavor. So we are enjoying widespread public support. We should be starting GA here in a minute or two. So if you're interested in General Assembly and you have something that you would like to say to the people, well, I get a turn to speak, and I'll be able to speak for you. I can be your voice here on site. And all you have to do is log onto the social stream with your Facebook, Twitter, or Ustream account, and this will get you on, and you can chat with me, and I check that pretty consistently. So do join in, right? We need you out there as well as here. And we're asking that Occupy groups check their post offices to see if they're up for sale. We're going to have a list up on the site on one of our sites, either activiststream.com or the Berkeley site here. I think there's a few sites. SaveOurPostOffice.org, I believe, is one of them. Anyway, there's a list. We want to post a list of all the properties that are up for sale by the post office. And if there's a main post office or a historical building, we're asking for organizers to come and help us. And you can do this actually by occupying the post office. Check with your local city government to see what's up with them first if you want to avoid arrest. But that's what we're asking people to do, is to defend their post offices because they are under assault. Darrell Issa has a bill in the House of Representatives that would limit delivery of mail to people's homes. I know that it includes the termination of delivery on Saturdays. Also, what would be included, what's really important, another important issue, keep in mind, here we go, we got one of our postal service workers here driving by. Really hard at work. So yeah, we're down here. You want to come down, we're at Milvia and Allston Way. At 7 p.m., yours truly, Clark Sullivan, will host a live streamers workshop. And we're going to be discussing issues surrounding live streaming. So do be sure to stick with us on this live stream. I'll be broadcasting for at least 4 hours. If I happen to go down or something like that, please don't trip. I will come back as fast as humanly possible. So stick with this live stream, and I'll guarantee that you'll learn a lot and you'll be edified by what you see, hear, and learn here. Sun's finally come out. Sun's only popped out a couple of times today. We got a little bit of sun at least. Yeah, they're closing in just a minute. Yeah, people are starting to show up for GA. Whether it's going to happen or not, I don't know, but it should. 6 o'clock. Anyway, this is Freeman Sullivan out there, at Freeman Sullivan on Twitter if you'd like to hit me there. I'm Clark.Sullivan on Facebook if you want to try and friend me. Also, I do Tumblr. I'm also Freeman Sullivan at Tumblr. Basically, if you want to find out anything about what makes this guy tick and what kind of issues that we're out here supporting, just Google me, Freeman Sullivan, or any search engine, and I'm out there. Okay, that's my brand. I've been taking Freeman Sullivan as a name since 1994, since the beginning of the internet. I decided I'd pick one name and stick with it, so that's the one I picked, Freeman Sullivan. And I've always don't register any of those accounts. Just teasing. So we're out here. We're supposed to have GA at 6 o'clock. That's why I started out the live stream. But also to build up an audience here too, because there's not a whole lot of people out there just yet. For those of you that just joined us, we're down here at the Berkeley Post Office. We're the main one on Milvia and Allston Way, Milvia Street and Allston Way, which is 2 blocks south of the Berkeley BART station if you're trying to get here using public transit. If you're driving, I have no idea, but we are on Milvia and Allston. Just put your GPS on and you should be able to find it. We've been hanging out. I personally have been hanging out here all day today, most of the day, and I'll be here tomorrow if you want to come by and talk with me. I'm here for a few hours every day, and come and chat. I welcome your political dialogue and talk about other subjects of the day. And we're here at the Berkeley Post Office. This issue, they're trying to close this building. This building was constructed in 1912. Or wait, 1914. It's 98 years old. There's lots of artwork here. And we have the cooperation of the city of Berkeley. They're actually asking us to occupy that. This is different than some of the other occupies that have been going on. And a little bit about General Assembly for those of you who are unfamiliar. Here we have a 90% consensus on decisions that we make. So that's pretty much how we make our decisions here. We have to have at least 90% in full agreement for us to have a motion to be passed. Pardon? I'm a live streamer, and I have software, and I'm an anarchist, and I've been involved in political events and organizing since 1971.
I have a lying tongue. I talk, to, I guess, authority, and I feel like, I don't know, I had unprotected sex with my boyfriend, and I called him out in front of some people and tried to like hit him, and like I hurt his feelings, and I just want him to like. I'm sick because I said it in front of other people, because I don't know how to trust him fully, because I've said it to guys in private and then they take advantage, so I was trying to make sure that, but at the same time, like I feel like I'm like damaging like his like perception, and I mean his life too, but I thought that it was like, people are pretty open about like saying like, wear condoms and shit, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know, am I like out of like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, I just,
Well, that's fine. That's fine. We're getting ready to have General Assembly here. And we're having a meeting. All these people are here. We're discussing what we're going to do about the post office and how we can keep it open.
Right.
Right. What's your name?
I'm here for like, I don't know, I just like, it broke my anonymity, and like, I just like, I don't know, man, my name's Elise. Like,
Hi, Louise.
Hi.
My name's Clark.
Hi, Clark. Well, anyway, I'm sorry, I kind of figured that you were, like, so I'm gonna
All right, well,
talk to someone
we're trying to
else.
get started here. I just got started on the stream. We'll see what happens. I found that when people start leaving downtown Berkeley here, that my streams get a lot clearer. So it could be a bandwidth issue. I am getting 4 bars on my reception here.
I really, yeah, yeah,
We'll see what happens. We're not getting real
I'm sorry
clear
to
here.
hurt your friends so much, man.
No.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Did you get the browser up on your? Hey, did you get the browser up on your phone?
How are you doing?
Pretty good. And we got the live stream going right now.
Good.
And I was wondering if we could check it on your phone.
How are you doing? My hand got stuck. I wasn't trying to rob you.
Pickpocket.
You'll get a handful of tissues. Won't do you any good.
Same here.
Hey, peace out, man. Is there anything I can help with you guys?
Yeah, well, I'm just here for
Yeah, so maybe
No,
we're
I'm
gonna
teasing.
move back here. Oh, sorry, love.
Yes.
As if you guys were in conflict.
I'm
which
going to
you
give
are not.
you my phone.
Okay, yeah, because
Whatever you need.
all right. I just want to check the stream and see what it looks like. Somebody said it wasn't coming in too. Somebody said it wasn't coming in too clear. Oh, I got my phone's the same way. So we have a browser installed in that now, right?
I have the same thing that was there for you the last time.
Okay, great, fantastic.
Oops.
So then the URL should be,
Should be there.
yeah, it should be there. Yeah. I just wanted to check. 'Cause one of my viewers said that it wasn't, it was clear. It wasn't
And
showing.
Safari, I think, was over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, which makes sense for this computer. It was written for it. Still wants to download Google Plus.
Huh?
Still working on trying to get Google Plus.
Why is
Right,
it
see that? Because
do whatever you need.
I think I can figure it out here.
And Paul did the editing on the video.
There we go.
Pictures and stuff. She's talking about the Please Mr. Postman video.
Oh, isn't it great?
Well, we did that so that people would get, maybe see what their groups do,
Downloading. But it's working. I just want to see what it looks like here. You're getting 3 bars down here, so.
Well, it was working great on Saturday. Or whatever day.
Yeah, it was Saturday. The 4G service here is really spotty for some reason. I don't like it.
I rarely even get where we were sitting in the media center. I don't get reception. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, it's still trying to load even. Okay, what's up? Hey, Ava. Yeah, I'll give a I'll give a recap here in a minute. I'm trying to figure out what the live stream looks like. Could you tell me, let me know what the audio visual is on a score of 1 to 10? And we're trying to download it ourselves here as well. And it's still loading.
Oh, okay, well, at least it's loading. to start.
Yeah, but it should work almost on demand. Right. That's what all our stuff that when I do the stuff, it's all going to work on demand. Okay, there ain't going to be no playing around. A lot of it has, but see, with cell phones, the reason why the picture isn't always as clear as we would like, and things like that, has more to do with the bandwidth.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah. And so, and when you're live streaming, you get a variable. You're always getting a weaker and a stronger signal. And the only way we figured you can get around that is by carrying around a hotspot in your pocket. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I just want to be 40 and grow up to, and just grow up to be able to use this post office, and be able to mail my letters, just not have it turn into like a Citibank where it's like only for customers, you gotta pay to get in or whatever, keep it for the people, that's all I'm saying. Keep it in Berkeley, keep it real. You guys are doing great work out here. We appreciate it. The younger generation appreciates you guys, You guys are great. Keep it up. I want to be able to mail a letter. That's all I want, just to be able to fucking mail a letter. That's not too much to ask from the fucking government, right? Just mail a letter. All right, man. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, it's coming out chopped, huh?
Oh, but it was.
Okay, now it's coming in.
Yeah, it was smoother when I started.
All right, well, at least we know it's coming out.
Yes.
Right, if it's choppy, I'm sorry. I'm really trying to get this out. He says only getting a few words here and there with some photos. Well, hopefully we can do better than that here with our stream. So just be patient. We'll see what happens.
Oh, sure.
Oh, sure. No problem. We'll get out of the way. That was the goal, is to get out of the way, actually. We're getting ready to start GA here. Save the post office.
Now it says this content is currently not online.
As you can see, that.
Oh, there it is. And it's live and
Working? Okay. Good, I feel better about that. So yeah, you might want to check your connection as well when you're watching this. When I release my app, we're going to overcome these issues of choppiness and things like that, because we will be doing peer-to-peer file sharing on the delivery system. We're not going to be using a CDN, a content delivery network. We're going to be using a peer-to-peer network. So if you're watching it on your phone, or if you're watching it on a web browser, well, you will be contributing to the delivery of the file to other people around the world. And so that way it's on the audio and the images and the video will be 1080, and the audio will be 320 kilobytes per second. So it'll be superior sound and superior video. So this is going to be in the works. I'll have a beta version of the software available in about a month. Anyway, we're down here at the Berkeley Post Office here in beautiful downtown Berkeley. We're getting ready to have General Assembly. We're trying to meet to keep this beautiful historic building open. And that's pretty much where we're at right now. Holding it up at 7 or a little bit after 7. As soon as General Assembly is over, we're going to have a live stream workshop. So are we looking okay?
It'll go for a bit where it's totally okay, and then
It's chopped, huh? Well, let's hope it gets better.
Excuse me, sir.
I'll take the time out to say the sponsorship is provided through the law offices of Patrick Goggin, based in Flood Building in San Francisco. Look him up on the web, Patrick Goggin. Thanks for the support. If you ever need a good mediator, attorney, legal services, he's the man to see. If you have problems with your landlord, you have an injury claim, insurance company to deal with, he's done work for me in the past, and I highly recommend him. We are tonight. One thing that people out there that are watching should be prepared for is I'm going to be showing the live stream after the General Assembly. I'm going to be using different services to another service where I have an account. It's called Bambuser, and that account you can actually do a search for Freeman Sullivan on BAMuser, because I want to show people the difference between the two streams and demonstrate to them what's going on with that. So do be aware, if you're a viewer, that we are asking people to go to a different URL at some point so they can see how the other stream works. One thing I don't have the luxury of doing is, if I had another phone that I was using, I would be able to live stream on 2 different networks.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I've thought about doing that, because I can very much easily add another attachment to this monopod and carry 2 cameras around, right? And what we were doing,
You'd be on 2 different networks?
2 different networks. And what we were thinking about doing was shooting one, because these cameras shoot HD, right? And shooting to straight video, and then having a live stream up. Right? Because these phones are relatively cheap when you compare them to the cost of having a camera. Right? Cameras are expensive.
Absolutely.
Right. A good camera, my friend just dropped $6,000 on a camera.
I use this for my top watch. I think I showed this to you.
Hey, you got a smoky treat?
Yeah.
Appreciate it, man. I was pretty sure you did, man.
No problem.
Try to get some when I can. I lost a half a pouch of Peter Stokely's rolling tobacco today.
That's a drag. I eat a Lily cigarette. I smoke way too much, but
it's the best. But it's totally worth it. I find I smoke way less when I roll up the Peter Stokely's.
I just don't like the mess.
And it lasts me a long time.
Burn holes in your clothes.
A pouch will last me for a few days.
Yeah, that's my thing about it. That's why I smoke regular. Even though it's all bad for you, 90% GMO. Tobacco.
I could either smoke a pouch and a half a week, or I could smoke, a pack every day.
What's your name out there for the audience? Your name?
Owen.
Owen. Okay, good. My name's Clark. So people out that are watching, they know who you are. They have an audience. They're friendly people that support the cause. Right? They wouldn't be watching me if they didn't.
Excuse me.
I'm here to inject real issues.
Yeah, we're gonna have to block that parking sidewalk. All right. Yeah. Okay.
I get 20 feet from the building.
Not
as long as it's right out.
We'll move away.
Not right
It's all right.
under their nose,
if the cops don't buy it,
I've been smoking lawfully since I was 15.
No, that's okay. Actually, it's against the law to smoke down here.
There was a smoking, it's an imposter law.
Yeah, I know. It's just a lot of fuck with people, basically.
There's a lot of imposter laws.
Well, he's been screwing around with people. You just saw him, and he's been fucking with people.
The Supreme Court has ruled.
Somebody's got to be a cop
The
for it.
Supreme Court has ruled over and over again. If they make a law, something that poses to be a law, but it's unconstitutional, then it was void upon its inception. It never was a law.
We're going to enjoy a quick cigarette and then start the coverage of GA. Personally, I find meetings to be really boring, but
You're
it's for
making
the
it
public.
too easy for the NSA.
Well, I already know what we're doing. No, it's we're out here. We want to let other people know what's going on in the
Even though
road.
your phone is off
Right.
and in your pocket.
They're the least of my
You hear
pocket.
everything we say.
They're the least of my worries.
And they know right where it's being said.
Yeah, but the problem is they have no way of filtering that information yet, which they will. But trust me, dude, they're not as slick as they would lead you to believe. Okay, when it comes to technology, right? Anonymous knows more about what's going on than they
a
do.
program called Caesar that's deemed us all to be enemies of the state.
I'm German. I'm already on the list.
Well, I think the information it's biased, it's skewed because they consider us. I mean,
Well, I think public opinion is turning back in our favor,
we the people.
and that and NSA is going to be put out of business pretty soon. Maybe not totally out of business, but they're not going to be able to monitor as much as they would like
the banksters think
to.
they own us all.
Oh yeah, they think we're all their slaves, their personal slaves. No doubt about that.
Prescribed second-class citizens. And, we're not supposed to be citizens at all. When they ask me, are you a U.S. citizen? I say, no. I'm a sovereign freeholder and a resident of California.
Resident of planet Earth.
There's a big difference between a sovereign freeholder and a second-class citizen. one has rights and the other has privileges granted by the state.
What's cool about this demonstration and this action is that we actually have the cooperation of the post office. Yeehaw! Right? The post office doesn't want to close. The workers here don't want to close.
We're supposed to be the masters, and they're the servants.
Right.
So they want to turn it all around.
That's right. Here we go. We got support our postal workers.
Abraham Lincoln said, warned that corporations have been in trouble.
As we go, we're out here in support of our postal workers. We want them to keep their jobs. It's a good job.
Do you enjoy your job, sir?
Out there picking up the mail.
Being a postal worker, a good gig. Should I apply for a job at the post office? Can you hear me, sir?
So yeah, how's the audio visual going out there? Hopefully,
Sir, can you hear me?
yeah, I don't know what to tell you about it. I'm doing the best I can on the live stream here. I'm limited by my bandwidth. I was supposed to get a hotspot from Global Revolution, but it's on the way. We're working on it. We have a lot of developments that are happening here in the world of live streaming. We're going to share with you tonight at the Live Streamers Workshop. We're getting ready to release our own live stream app, and that's P2P based, and file sharing, which will greatly enhance your viewer enjoyment, because it'll be a lot clearer and the sound will be better. We're out here in support of post office workers to make sure that they keep delivering the mail, and that this building stays open. Here, the Berkeley Post Office. For those of you who are just joining us, we're here at the main post office in downtown Berkeley, California. We have Occupy the Post Office. Thanks a lot.
So I understand somebody has a... And what are the videos? You ever watch the video on YouTube?
We want to ensure the delivery of the U.S. mail, the last form of the last private form of communication left in America. We're going to move down here. We're finished with our tobacco habit, and go down here to start the General Assembly. Looks like it's going.
I don't have any recollection of when this was talking about it, but it is the case that somebody organized these workshops for people. And like as things went on, there were workshops organized for people to participate. And there was a fellow here tonight who was at the public meeting. I got his name. He said he would actually be delighted to do that as an activity.
Oh, great. Is that Jim?
Jim, is that his name?
Yeah.
That's right. I keep getting it. It was Jim. I don't know if people know him, or what they think about him doing that, but he did say that he had been doing that.
Let me see if I can get a little closer so you can hear.
I'd just like to say that Chris Worthington told me once that he actually used to do nonviolence training, so he knows, so if there was something where people needed something, he might be willing to help out.
Okay.
As it relates, I'm gonna go put on my trench coat before we get started with the live stream. It's getting a little chilly out here. Hey, Dougie. Well, give me a second here, folks. I'm gonna try to leave the camera on the stand here and go get my trench and put it on, because it's getting rather nippy out here. You figure sunny California, but it's been real foggy this month. We haven't really had too many days where it was over 70 degrees. I can put it on. Just a second, folks. So just bear with me. So I don't have my regular setup here. My assistant guy, my assistant producer, he's lagging today. Oh, here we go. So I'll be right back, folks.
looks like an old IRA coat.
Yeah, well, it keeps you warm, right? When it's wet. Hey, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Woohoo! Thanks. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Hey, if you want to handle the camera for a while, I'm more than happy to let you do it. You know, it's on there pretty good. It's not gonna come off, right? There we go, folks. Yeah, because I might need your help here in a little bit, depending on what's going on. Sure. Well, no, I'm going to carry it. Now that I'm up, I got my coat on, I'll walk around the camera. Hey, folks.
You could,
it's a selfie.
Yeah, it's right about.
Right
about the
eye
right
level.
level. You could just roll around and then
Yeah, I could just leave it still like that too, but I want to get up close so we can hear what people are talking about. So I just wanted to get my coat on here real quick so I'd stay warm.
Got ones that'll hook right to your helmet, like
Yeah, I know, I thought about that. Thank you.
With the idea that, suggest imposing anything that sounds like rules on people before there's even an issue requiring such rules is kind of abrasive to the spirit, of the community spirit.
But you will be crafting a non-violence path.
I hope we don't have to invent the wheel on that. Yeah.
They're creative.
My view is I don't like loyalty oaths or any kind of signed document pledging future behavior. I don't like that. And I feel it's so very offensive to me. And I think this can be solved in a cooperative manner by people talking to each other and reaching a consensus for what we're going to do, rather than say, sign on the dotted line.
Right.
Thank you.
Hallie, are you and I sort of both keeping stack at the same time?
I can keep stacking one pony.
Okay.
And then
Oh, it's up to me already? Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm late.
there haven't been very many.
Okay. So I respectfully disagree with my colleague to my right in the hat who's been sleeping out in the tent to our far end. And because preventative measures, I think, are the best. And often when you sort of align yourself to this is the spirit of the community, that's great. But people that are new to each other, that haven't been trained, perhaps they just show up. At least they're signing on. It's not like you're being a dictator insisting on some Mussolini type rules. You're saying these are the basic codes of conduct. I've had nonviolent training 30 years ago, most of us have, but not everybody has. So I've been to plenty of rallies and protests where people show up and they have a different agenda and they're not signed on in the same spirit that we are. And suddenly you lose control of it. And suddenly there are windows broken. And suddenly these are people, I mean, that's not what's going to happen, but I'm just saying it's sort of a preventative medicine that I see it as. Prescriptive, more positive suggestions than dictatorial controls. This is what our circle looks like, and these are the creative but somewhat firm boundaries that we set for our community. You do that in any community. In your family, you have hopefully some sense of what's acceptable and not acceptable. So this is kind of in our acceptable family rules, trying it a positive way.
Maybe it has to do with the kind of non-violent actions that we're going to have troubles with, and even at the level of making decisions, because sometimes it's creative to burn a can in the middle of the street that's not going to cause any problem is very thematic, but that's all it is a can burning. And then you have a different kind of violence when, say, you respond to some rubber bullets, and nobody knows what they're going to do in those kind of situations. So we have another kind of response which is the one that we're most worried about, and that's like the black bloc or something. And I think there we're talking about what are mostly provocateurs, and how to deal with those people are one of, I would say, shunning.
Michael?
I originally had something else I wanted to address, but just as I think all this, I think we're kind of throwing the scary talk into it. It's way uncalled for in this situation. I mean, we have to think realistically, and I don't think that any talk of black bloc or state escalation against this action should really be much of our discussion. Our real discussion has to do with the unintended consequences of creating a center of compassion and conviction. Okay, and like I'm just spitballing this out there, but my concern is always the impression that goes along with trying to maintain a liberated attitude towards the safety of the people and the security of the spot. So there are always transient qualities in these types of struggles. This is what comes with being a tough little, I hate to say it, but for lack of a better term, army of dedicated individuals who are trying to save this building. The job is to radicalize, mobilize, motivate the youth that we contact here, despite the debilitating conditions they're living under, okay? And we have an obligation and a duty as older people to kind of handle them with kid gloves where they haven't had it, but also not to enable them. So my dedicated effort in sustaining and supporting this action is to keep those little chaotic tentacles and those crazy little root systems that happen that have to be optimized, whether it occurs in the lowest strata of the economic base or the middle bohemian thing in the middle, or the highest levels of society through the arts, which we need to provoke and infiltrate the arts and the media. We can only do that if we have a nice image. And I appreciate everybody coming out here because this is such a killer brain stew for a radical zombie like me.
So just to let you know, Mike, Kristen, me, and Jonathan, and then is anybody else wanting to be on staff? Okay, so Mike.
I just wanted to directly respond to you. I wasn't sure when you got here. We did talk about planning a nonviolence training and having that as a first step before even considering creating some kind of a nonviolence agreement or compact that we would agree to, because it's difficult. It struck me as not being totally logical to ask people to sign on to some kind of an agreement, whether to sign on to or to make some kind of a pledge of allegiance to an agreement before they'd had a training, and for them to do it voluntarily. Okay.
Well, all I was doing was making sure that Moni, who got here late, got caught up on the discussion we had before about having a training first and then considering a pledge or a compact of some kind.
Okay, Preston?
Yeah, I like what Mike just said because I like the word pledge better than commitment because it's a lot less, how to put this, forceful on a person. Okay, it's like I pledge allegiance to that flag right there. It's not a commitment, it's an allegiance, and that's basically how this is. And see, like myself, I've been just about every movement I can think of. I've always been a peacekeeper. One, I've had extensive training to know how to teach people in conflict resolution. And with any situation, there's always, it's basically pull them to the side and calmly explain to them what the focus is. And see, for one, okay, within Alameda County, like Michael just said, on the safety issue and the security issue, one, I made 32 PC. still current. 832 PC, I'm basically a non-paid peace officer, as in police officer. I was Reserve Alameda County Deputy Sheriff for 10 years. And I was also Reserve Alameda County firefighter, also within that time for 10 years. So I'm basically saying, overall wise, I'm not like no evil, and I've also been chaplain during that time too, okay? But what I'm saying is, it's more of a pledge of solidarity to the community, that any situation, I'm gonna not react, I'm gonna respond to the situation. And even within that response, I'm gonna go to another person for advice before I act upon and do something foolish that I might end up regretting. Because it's easy for a person to blow I done seen the smallest little fires get, understand, blown out of proportion. I look at it, I use an analogy of a fire engine going to a fire and pass up the hydrant. Run out of water and go into a panic. I should have stopped at the hydrant first and hooked up at the hydrant. So anything that's preventative is good in this situation, because so far what I see is basically everybody that's here is 45 and above. That's what I looked at the rally. Okay, I'm 56, okay? So I'm just saying, overall wise, the flavor within this scope of everything is a lot different. And like I said, I'm here mostly all the time, and it's a lot of other people here. When little situations come up, usually a person is just angry and want to vent. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, what I was going to say was, I think it's a great thing to have a preventative nonviolence training, but at this point, it seems like this is a very peaceful group of people. There are meetings every single night. I think it would be great to set up a training, but I don't think it's a worry at this point. And I think if something really came up, it would be addressed that night at the General Assembly. And, I think we're sort of putting the cart before the horse here. I don't think the people here are going to escalate any behavior, and I think that the people here are also going to control other behaviors if they arise, and that if something came up where someone was really becoming a problem, it would be addressed that night, because that's what I see from this group.
Well said.
Okay, Jonathan?
I agree with everything you said. First off, I was for the petition, where I didn't sign it.
No, wait till the truck passes.
Everyone here has taught me something, and I think this can all be blended together. You awoke my libertarian on the opposite pole of where I was, and it's true. I myself would be willing to sign a statement. I wonder, a general statement. And Gandhi has been out there. There's got to be some very simple sort of stuff out there already. Not plagiarize anyone, but and it is a community, and we're forming a community here. And all it is bumps in the little road. I think you just said about meeting and discussing things, forming that community, and we'll all happen. There is angry people out there. There's all the elements are here, and certain elements.
Sorry about that, folks.
I don't want in my home all the time. I wish I could.